Easiest way of integrating motion control with LabVIEW. Hi, my name is John Wu. I'm from TENET Technologies, and today I'd like to show you a little bit about GECO Motion. GECO Motion is a motion controller specifically designed for LabVIEW users, and we put in a lot of time in designing the LabVIEW API, the software side of things. So why don't we dive in and take a close look. So here I've got LabVIEW installed on a virtual machine. This is my block diagram along with my front panel. When we install the GECO Motion API, you'll see that it's a very clear and organized set of palette VIs. What I really wanted to drive your attention to is our implementation of the Motion Express VI. So let's take a look. If I dive into this palette over here, I've hooked up a GECO Motion USB controller to my computer. And so over here in the block diagram, this is going to be a initialize the controller. Over here, I have initialized the motion module. And because they're Express VIs, they're very easy to use. While it's loading up, you'll see that it's a very easy to use configuration panel. Let's go ahead and use the default first slot C1. We'll connect these wires up. Okay, so we've done the initialization. And so the next step is if we wanted to move a particular motor, we can go ahead and tell it to move and configure the move through the Express VI. So here we can see that there are multiple axes to use, position modes, absolute relative velocity. You've got your target position, velocities, acceleration, deceleration, and so forth. So let's go ahead and press OK. We'll connect these guys up as well. All right, and that's basically a 3-icon demo of what you need to get started. Now, for the purposes of this demo, let's make it easier for me to show you in real time how this works. I'm just going to encapsulate all this in a while loop and a case. Probably have some sort of a trigger button on my front panel. For this, I'll just call it move. And all right, where's this button? It's right here. I'm going to give myself some more space. I'll walk over to this side and just connect this up. So what that means is when I press move, my motor's going to move. But again, since I don't have another camera showing an actual motor, I'd like to show you how the position would move in real time. So if you would allow me to make a few extra controls on the front panel, I'm just going to wire out the axes, target position, and maybe a motion operation mode. Don't worry, I'll clean this up so that you can see. All right, let's line these guys up, compress. Let's get this wire out of the way. Move this over a bit. Okay, that should be clear. So we have over on the front panel, axis select your axis. This is your target, and this would be, the move that you would take. For this demo, I'll use relative position, and because LabVIEW is a inherently parallel multi-threaded programming language, we'll go ahead and add perhaps a monitoring loop just to know where the actual position is of my particular motor. So over here in the Express VI palette, I also have a reposition. Let me drag that out, put it into my parallel second loop, and I'll press OK over here. Have another branch to go to my second loop. Okay, and over here we see that there's encoder position and logical position. Logical position is basically an internal counter of where this axis is. Let me make the text a little bigger so that we can all see. All right, encoder position, on the other hand, is the actual, if you have real live encoders wired up from your motors to the GECO Motion, you can also read out from here. But for now, I'm going to go with logical position. And why am not, oh yeah, this guy. So let me give him a constant. Okay, let me go ahead and press run. All right. Now, our position currently is at 0. Now, if I said, give me a relative move to the target of 1000, when I press move, we'll move to that position. So the GECO motion takes care of the trajectory generation, the pulse generation, and the acceleration and deceleration curves. All that's taken care of on board the GECO motion. Now, if I wanted to move another time, another 1000, I press again, I press again, I press again, I press again. So with this in mind, you can actually build your motion or automated test application by using these blocks. Let's say if you had a state machine or some sort of producer-consumer arrangement in your LabVIEW VI or your application, you could use these as the building blocks. You know, some condition happens if a temperature goes above a certain level, then move the motor here. If the temperature goes down, move the motor over there. You can manipulate your sensor head. You can manipulate your device under test. It's the bread and butter of any physical test system or application. And so there you have it. Really, 3 icons, Express VIs, GECO Motion. It can't get any easier. The easiest way of integrating motion control with LabVIEW, GECO Motion. Find out more about our product, GECO Motion, from our website, linked in the comments below. If you have any other ideas or things that you would like to see in the next video, fill out the comments below and let me know. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.